Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the e-frag studio live here in Belgrade. My name is Georgi Georgiev, and now moving on with the second match of the day between Slovenia and Azerbaijan. In the first match of the day, we had United Kingdom versus Austria. United Kingdom winning 16-7 and 16-10 and securing the slot in the second phase of the first qualifying round. And they will play against the winner of the upcoming match. Your analysts for today, as you already know, we're hugging, you can see that, now they're not. Svojic, Rema and Dusan.
Hello.
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 Okay, going into the second match of the day, your expectations, go.
I think this should be easy to for Slovenia.
Okay,
And that's that.
quick and easy.
Yeah, I would agree. I think Slovenia, yeah, they lost to Norway last year, but they moved on in the second phase, so I see them moving on here as well.
Dusan, would you agree?
I think it's going to be quick, easy, and possibly painless, but we'll see.
Painless for whom?
Yeah.
That's
For Slovenia,
For Slovenia, yeah. Okay, going first with the lineup of Azerbaijan.
Yeah, for Azerbaijan, not a lot of stats, all coming from 2015, 2014, and the lineup that they had is pretty much the same, just one new guy coming in and playing. I'm not sure into the who, but we'll see the lineup here. It's Arcello, Torik, Miracle, Krima, and Ferid. As I said, all guys from the last year except for Ferid. He's the new player here. Not that young of a group of guys, but I mean, they possibly have some sort of maybe experience playing CS for a long time. Pretty fun.
Miracle
Pretty
is 9K
Yep.
in Dota, right?
Yeah. No, Dota 2 reference. I mean,
Here.
I think they're pretty fond of their glasses. I mean,
Yeah, almost
Stylish.
Three of them.
yeah, stylish. So yeah, I mean,
Not very familiar team, not
Yeah, they
very
played-
familiar names, but can we expect some good CSGO from them?
I mean, they played in the World Championship qualifier last year, and unfortunately didn't manage to make any special result. They
Lost to Moldova.
lost to Moldova on Cash and Inferno. So they didn't show anything special then, and I don't think they have something special in store now. So yeah, I would agree with both Svojic and Rem. I think Slovenia has this in the bag.
Okay, but let's hear a little bit about the lineup of Slovenia. Yeah.
You wanna? I wanna? Yeah.
You wanna? I
Go. Slovenia coming in a pretty strong lineup, although from last year it's only two guys, a couple of guys missing from 2015 qualifier, but today we'll have Sevi, Matafe, Gugi, Bomez and Imp. Not sure about Imp, not sure where he plays with what team, but we have three guys from the Overpowered, and that's Sevi, Matafe and Gugi. Bomez actually played for the Overpowered, but if you remember Stole from Croatia, he replaced him, so he's playing with them now. Hackbait, okay, Imp's playing for Hackbait.
Yeah.
Pretty strong lineup, but like I said, a couple of guys from last year missing. If I mentioned Slovenia probably last year, you would first name that will come up is Ninx. He's not here. He's always been in the best Slovenian teams. And Lulu played last year, and also Servai. Servai is not here. And Sevi and Servai, they're like, the brothers. They always go in pair. So
Splash Brothers.
Splash Brothers, yeah. No Servai today, but I think these guys can take it. Played against them in a final last year in Croatia. Sevi, Servai, and some guys from Croatia. I think it was a Slovenian-Croatian mix. We lost.
Did you lost, and why did you lose?
We won against them in the upper bracket in the semi-final, 2-1, and then the same map. We had the same map pool in the final and lost it to 1. So there's that. Sevi, I think Sevi pretty much carried them really hard in that final.
If they can beat you, I think they can beat maybe they can beat Azerbaijan.
Probably.
Player to watch here in Slovenia's lineup.
Sevi,
Sevi.
I gotta say.
Yeah, would you agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
He is pretty good. I think he picks up an op here and there. He plays really well. In that final, he really, stepped up for his team. They were called, I cannot remember, but
I don't think
it was a mix.
relevant.
But I think he is definitely a player to watch here. I think he is the star player for Overpowered. They won the King of Asia tournament.
I was thinking the same thing.
He was wait. Whose name is that?
Football
Red
player.
Oh right.
Football player for Slovenia.
Yeah.
And Red Star.
They won the King of Asia tournament 2-1 against Executors, our team, Serbian team. I mean that probably isn't that much of an accomplishment, but well played.
It's an accomplishment. Yeah.
Well played to them.
Okay, moving on to the veto process. Let's see. Are we gonna see again Dust2, Cash, Mirage? Now you're gonna remind.
I forgot how.
Remind yourself how to talk.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's go.
I'm gonna guess Slovenia is gonna go for one of the standard standard maps. Sorry. And
Come on,
maybe
let Rema say something. Come on.
Okay.
Leave him. Come on. Give him a chance. Come on. We opened the
show
window
is
for you.
yours.
We opened the
Show is
window for you.
yours.
Go. Yeah.
Okay, so standard ban. I'm kidding.
This is Azerbaijan.
That's two removed by
This is the
Azerbaijan.
flag of
Maybe.
Azerbaijan. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Go.
They maybe don't want to play the Dust 2 against the firepower of Slovenia. So they remove that. Maybe they want to do some executes. Maybe we assist train, overpass, cobble, go.
Come on.
So we'll see what the next ban, and it's cobblestone.
We won't see cobble.
Okay, so last year Slovenia played Dust 2 two times Inferno and Cash. Inferno is out of the pool, so maybe we'll see Cash because Dust 2 is banned. But first pick of Azerbaijan, and that would be Mirage.
Okay.
Okay, nice. I think that's a good map for them. You can rely on your aim, you can rely on your executes. That control of mid we always talk about.
Yeah.
Hopefully they have something prepared for us. And the pick for, okay, Slovenia picked
That's
train.
okay. Yeah.
That's a really nice pick from them. I really love to see some other maps then.
Serbia, Slovenia, those kind of well-prepared countries
Yes.
always pick maps like this. I mean,
Croatia
it's
as
not
well.
it's not an accident. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Bosnia as well.
Yeah, sure.
Croatia, of course.
Yeah, so I really like this pick. I hope they have something prepared.
I think the dream is real for now.
For nuke.
Yeah.
wait,
Slovenia-
it's Nuke and
Cash.
Cash.
Can't have like
Slovenia
20
will ban
dreams.
No chance.
Slovenia, please.
There's only one dream, and that's 16.
No, okay,
I
but,
can't
like-
just imagine stuff.
I
up.
think they'll probably buy nuke. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
they don't want to play it.
We're left with Cash.
Yeah, they feel comfortable on Cash. Yeah, maybe different lineup than last year, but Cash is a standard map as we always say. But definitely picking train means something, and that they are prepared probably for this one, and they want maybe to not just out-aim them, maybe out-strat them, outplay them as well. So we'll see how Slovenia performs on that train. But the first map, Mirage.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that veto for Azerbaijan. I mean, I'm guessing you're the underdog here. So the Dust 2 ban, I agree with that. I'm guessing maybe even, yeah, that's Rema.
Yeah, that's
Just open, like you're talking. Yeah. I'm guessing they didn't want to play that Dust 2 against a better team than them, you could say, Slovenia. But then picking Mirage, I'm not sure about that. That's another standard map and another map that team better than you should have an advantage. I thought maybe with the Dust 2 ban they want to pick something like Cobblestone, like Overpass, Nuke.
That's what I
Why
wanted to
not?
ask. Why banning Dust 2 if you want to pick like Mirage?
Yeah, that's weird.
They just wanted to.
I'm guessing they
Fly out.
kind of figured that maybe Slovenia, they want to pick that Dust 2 right away. Maybe that was the reason to ban that Dust 2. And I'm pretty sure maybe even Slovenia would pick that Dust 2.
I think
if it was
Savi
on the-
really likes that.
Yeah.
I know he does.
So not sure about that banning stage for Azerbaijan. And it's actually Slovenia that surprised us kind of with train pick. I said it before before we knew the maps, and I think still it's the easy 2-0 for Slovenia. I hope we saw it a couple of times where teams pick Mirage, but once they get to the T side, you wonder why they pick it.
Yeah, and definitely speaking about train, not Mirage, Savi is really good with AWP, and train is AWP friendly or AWP heavy, so he can definitely make a difference for Slovenia there. Even on Mirage, if he gets a good start, he can definitely make a difference. if you have like 2-3 kills in the first 2 rounds, if you win the pistol round, then you get that money for the AWP in a full buy round. Definitely can make a difference getting 1-2 kills on mid, and you done your job basically if you're a CT. So I would like to, I mean, as we talk about, like if Azerbaijan pick this one and start on T side, and if they go for control mid, I hope they know what to do after controlling that mid, because we see a lot of teams not really knowing what to do after that.
Okay, the match is about to start. I think we have just enough time to see what happened so far in the European qualifiers for the LAN finals that will be held from 6th until the 9th of October. So we here see that Turkey went through Ireland with a default win, then Belarus, Croatia, Serbia, Bulgaria, Latvia, Montenegro with a surprisingly easy win over Italy, Ukraine, Estonia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Czech Republic, United Kingdom, and we're waiting to see who will they play against, Slovenia or Azerbaijan. And tomorrow we have Romania versus Macedonia and Lithuania versus Moldova. So this is
we're almost done with the first leg of the qualifier. Well, not with the first round. We still have
first phase of the first round.
Phase.
Yeah, first phase.
And I already see some interesting matches in the second leg, if you can call it that. That Belarus versus Croatia should be good.
Yeah.
Serbia versus Bulgaria, hopefully should be good.
Hopefully it will be
So
interesting.
some nice matches there.
Yep.
Okay, let's start with the predictions.
I didn't hear.
They won the knife.
Azerbaijan?
No, Slovenia won the knife and Big City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye.
It went for bad to worse.
I'm gonna be the last one.
I think Slovenia is quite good enough, even in this lineup, to win against Azerbaijan, and getting the city side on Mirage to start it. I don't see how Azerbaijan is going to get out of this. As a winner, I'm gonna say 16-6.
Okay,
We see some incredible struts from Azerbaijan.
Maybe, never know.
I'll go with Slovenia as
see
well. 16-8, winning this one, and 2-0.
Who, sorry, Slovenia.
Slovenia,
Okay.
16-4, Slovenia.
Oh,
Harsh.
bold.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, Slovenia versus Azerbaijan, European qualifiers for the TWC is about to start. First map will be Mirage, picked by Azerbaijan. Hugo and Mega Man, take us away, guys.
Once again, for the last best of 3 of today, we're here with Slovenia versus Azerbaijan, and that's going to be fun pronouncing that throughout the game, because I am really bad at speaking. I'm here with Mega Man. What's up?
What's going on, my friend? Should be an interesting matchup, to say the least. I don't know a terrible amount about these teams, to be completely honest with you, but that's half the fun of casting something like this, is that you get to see a lot of these players that you don't normally see in the professional side of Counter-Strike, that get an opportunity to be on a platform that can not only represent their country, but also give them an opportunity to strut their stuff in front of a reasonably sized audience for a reasonably sized prize pool. So this is a pretty cool opportunity for them, and also for myself, because I am an American.
NACS. But here we go, straight into the pistol with Slovenia on the CT side, but Erens is just going to get taken apart by Krima. Azerbaijan
It was so
with a
awkward.
with a great opener there. 2 headshots, and what a perfect round so far. And the funny part is now Slovenia, they don't know where to turn, and Azerbaijan, they're taking their sweet time over towards the B site. 3 of the players plus the bomb going to be heading in. They do have a spotter on the CT side, that's going to be Mataf. He will spot out these players as they attempt to cross, and it's going to be a bit delayed. The bomb is actually backing off here. This is a quite brave move in Slovenia. They're going to be rotating players into the B site, so it may just work out for them, but they got to watch out. Torek may come into contact with these players down in lower mid, because there is Savio up on short. He will spot out the bomb, and Matafi, meanwhile, getting a frag. It's back into a 3-on-4.
Yeah, this is kind of awkward. Now they're going to filter in towards that A-bomb site. They should be able to get the bomb plant, but the CTs who were previously caught so far out of position are actually not in a bad position to go for the retake on this pistol round. They have pushed a terrorist or 2 down in towards the CT spawn, and left one over here by Tetris and one by sight, by default triple. And he's going to get tagged up down to 52. It's definitely within the realm of possibility for them to take this round, and Savvy's going to be able to find that one on Torek. Going to push back around here towards the stairs, and he's going to find another one onto Archiello. And now we've just got 2-on-4, 2-on-3. Now it's a 1-on-3. The smoke's out, but Krima gonna find 2 more. He got the opening 2 picks. He's gonna find the last one, and that's gonna be the round. There is a defuse kit on the back of that player, but it's gonna be the ace from Krima to start things off. And a beautiful recovery there for Azerbaijan, as they do manage to take the pistol round, almost losing a 3v5.
I think we found the players to look out for the terrorist side here. That is an impressive ace to say the least, and what a way to start off the match. Coming into this one as serious underdogs. If you look at the CS:GO Lounge odds up there, 92 to 8%, and they've kicked it off with a great pistol. And they're playing no games. They've only got 1 SMG, 4 rifles here, 2 of them big Lils, 2 of them are AKs. And Slovenia, they've gone for the Frostbite. These Deagles are all out. They've got a 5.7, also a P250, and they're going to be attempting to shut down Azerbaijan's full buy here with the rifles, and maybe save themselves some heavy rifles of their own. But Ferrier going to be kicking kicking things off with the kill to Savvy as they enter towards the A site. Azerbaijan getting some good first kills. Not actually lost any players yet. Ferrier will get tagged down low in middle, but they're still able to take control of the A site. Only 1 player left, and that's Mataf, rotating him from B, and he's going to be too little too late here. They're going to be able to catch him, I'm sure, as a triple peak comes in from the T's, and that'll be a 2-0 very simply. Almost like it was just a full eco for Slovenia.
Yeah, so really nicely done there from the... what is their thing? Because it's Azerbaijan, but what are they? Azerbaijan? Is that what they are? Like how if you're from America, you're American. If you're from Britain, you're British. If you're from Sweden, you're Swedish. Is it Azerbaijani? I believe it is.
That would make sense.
It sounds right. It feels right. Hugo.
Let's go with that.
Torque though going to open up, takes down the Imp. He's going to be off the board. Of course, if you're a Game of Thrones fan, the Imp being the small man on the totem pole there, and he is actually the small man on the totem pole at the bottom of the scoreboard. Flashbang goes out, the chase is on. They're going to try to find this player on A ramp, but the push is coming around from Palace side, and they're going to filter out and find 2 more. Archiello will be able to chime in with 2. Miracle finds 1. Last man very, very deep in that mid, and Boomy goes down. That is going to be a clean round, with the exception of Farad getting dropped. Azerbaijan is going to be able to find that 3rd round on the board.
Looking pretty decent already for these terrorists here in Slovenia. They will be going for the buy up now. AWP up on Savvy. He's not been saving. He's been saving his money for that gun, obviously, and Ferred will also be on the up for this T side. So we've got the double up player, 1 on either team, and Azerbaijan setting up outside of the A site now. So 1 player over towards middle. That's just going to be Krima there, just holding the line, and the rest of his team setting up with what I assume to be a full smoke take here. But only 1 flash goes out and a smoke. Imp will be holding closely, and he will manage to pick up a kill. Boom, also doing some damage, and Savvy meanwhile will hold down with the AWP. Nice aggression on short from Krima though to shut down Guji. And now to 2v4, so not out of the question for Azerbaijan, as the utility on Slovenia is extremely low, meaning they won't be able to hold them off at the sites for much longer here. Krima has found his way around the site, but he's not going to be able to get anything from it. Arch is going to be alone now in a 1v4.
Yeah, there's not going to be a lot that he's going to be able to do. Imp is over here in Sandwich. A smoke just or a flash just goes out towards a ramp. They've got top mid control from Matafi. So not going to be a whole lot that he can do except maybe try to hang on to this Galil. Not the most ideal weapon here. If anything, I would like to see him try to sneak around and pick up one of the rifles from his fallen comrades, but it doesn't look like he's really going to get much of an opportunity at that unless there's one that's close on the A ramp. Flashbang goes out towards the top side of mid. That's actually going to it doesn't actually blind Matafi that's up top. They're going to throw around a pop flash, but he is creeping up towards the A ramp. 30 seconds left. He doesn't have the bomb. That is dropped in A. There's a lot of rifles around him right now. He's going to pick up the AWP. They're going to hear that gun drop. You can see Imp knows exactly what's coming. Nade's going to go out towards jungle. He's going to back off, but he does get spotted. Now he's got to stay alive.
Yeah, but they've realised he's trying to save now, so Mataf is actually pushing aggressively from the T spawn here, as well as Imp just closing in. Oh, sorry, that's a boom there. But he will get no scoped out, and now there's only 10 seconds left to save this gun. But if Mataf is fast enough, he might just catch him right after the time, which would be absolutely terrible for the economy of him. But there's going to be no time, it seems like, unless someone gets aggressive over towards ramp now. Imp will do that. I'm not sure they're going to find him in time. Just a quick second, and there we go. Mataf succeeds with the flank, and Slovenia, they're going to pick up that first round. But that last player alive means he has absolutely no money now. That's fair. No money.
And that's the same situation we talked about in one of the previous games where we saw that when the UK played their game against Austria, was a player got stuck at back checker box, and the more beneficial thing there wasn't even saving the gun, because you had 3 players surrounding you. He knew that he had multiple players surrounding him there at A ramp. The best idea is to just forge forward, try to take a fight with somebody, because if he kills that guy in the A bomb site, he can actually get away down through CT spawn in that situation. It's just unfortunate for him that he decides that he wants to try and fight it out, and he ends up costing him his life, a lot of money, and also the AWP. So you can see they are going to reinvest into this round, but it's going to be no AWPs in game here for the terrorist side.
Ferret working his way into connector, finds that first entry onto Imp, and now they have the opener that they need to turn this into a 4th round. The bomb, meanwhile, is going over towards the B apps here, and the players will actually be rotating to join that. But Slovenia, they haven't realised this yet. They still got 1 player alone towards B, and he's not playing an aggressive position, meaning you won't hear these footsteps. He has to spot them out when they peek his angle, and instead, backing off safely towards a site here, and Richie holding the angle, finds 1, peeks out over towards the connector. That's 2. Why are Azerbaijan splitting up so much, playing so aggressively? They don't need to. They already have this pick. They can just go on towards the site, and now it's going to be 2 players to hold this one down. But the retake's already coming in, as they're aware the bomb will get planted very shortly after that entry. And Mataf, he will fall.
Bomb faked out at B. It is a 3-on-3. Good nade over towards the bench side. That's going to chip away a little bit of HP. 24 off of the chest of Miracle. Good angle here being held from Krima, but he's got to watch his back. He's got a player coming around from Catwalk. He's not ready for it. Does turn back around, but that gives up his position from Kitchen, and that's going to allow Savy to also come in and get Archiello. You spot Miracle by bench. They're going to get the defuse in the second round on the board for the Slovenia side, and that is going to be a 3-2 scoreline. Still favoring the Azerbaijani side, but a lot of rounds left to play. We're only 5 out of the opening 15 for this first half.
Azerbaijan will get the buy up, only just so they do have a pistol player and a Galil there on Krima. The bomb plant definitely helped that. Obviously, without that $800 extra, they wouldn't be able to afford this one, and therefore they are going to be heading over towards the A site, maybe get a modicum of success over there, as they did in the first couple of rounds. But Slovenia still maintaining the AWP on Savy.
It's kind of a desperation buy here from the Azerbaijani side. They've got a Tech 9 and Galil and 3 AKs to work with. Not a lot of utility either. Torek and Ferret are going to be the ones that have a lot of the utility left, but not a lot of firepower in the hands of Ferret. He does have the pocket AK in the terms of the Tech 9, but it looks like they are going to be favoring going up towards that A bomb site. Smokes and flashes raining on in, and the hit is on. There's smoked. Sandwich is actually smoked. That's a curious smoke that actually got thrown out. I believe that came out from the Palace side to give vision for the players coming out from Sandwich, able to spot out in towards the bomb site. But Bomi is going to be able to find the opener. This player in Palace is taking so long to peek. There's no smoke on CT either, so they're just able to get pretty much all of this real estate for free back from the CT side. That's going to leave Ark and Torek last two alive, and they're both going to lose their lives at the end of this round. 3-3 now.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. It didn't work out in theory for Azerbaijan. Being able to get those picks definitely didn't help, and obviously getting traded out extremely fast, and they did. So we're into a equal score now, 3-3, as you just said. So Azerbaijan going for this eco. They want to try and get a bomb plant in this round. They only have a flashbang to get themselves onto a site, and of course a couple of pistols to get some damage done as well. And they will just be heading over towards B. If they don't sneak into this one though, Gucci will hear this.
You might have actually heard those players that were jumping around, because he turned back from Catwalk. I'm going to try to spot this out. Farrad's going to give his position away. He's the only one. Now they hear a Glock that's over there as well, but the push is coming around through underpass, and Savy's going to be able to find that opener. Gets that pick and falls off. He's got support from Catwalk as well. His teammate pushing up aggressively. Googie going to be right around the corner here, and that's going to... They go for the stack. Not going to be effective. One more pushing up here towards the ladder, and that's going to be Torek that actually finds his way in there. But Matafi pushing aggressively in the B halls is going to find some real estate for his team and some information that there's nobody over towards the B bomb site at all.
They have, of course, boosted himself into windows, so Savy's going to be able to actually spot them out, get that information that they could push jungle for Slovenia, so they've got to watch out the A site. They do have a deep A player to worry about, but he's also got to worry about Ramp and Palace as well, so that is the issue. Oh no, wait, sorry, they pushed up him, obviously, in the aggression, so they don't need to do that, but it's all going to be just on the one player left. That's going to be Miracle here on the C side. He has got the bomb, but no head as Mataf is going to execute him there. And Slovenia 4-0 right now. We will see the buy-up come from these Ts now.
Yeah, but they've been relatively flat-footed into the last couple of rounds. I mean, there hasn't been a round where they've gotten more than 2 kills so far in the last 4 after going through those anti-ecos. So we will We'll see if they can fare any better going into this buy round. Again, no AWP in the hands of the terrorist side. It's Krima again that's leading the charge, 8-4 on the scoreboard. After getting that ace in the pistol round, he's gone soft, 3-4 in the last 4 rounds. So, actually, the last 6 rounds, he's gone 3-4. So that's a little bit of a rough stat line when you think he started 5-0. But again, I mean, adversely on the other side, Imp is only 1-5. But I'm not really sure what Krima was doing there. He just peeks connector with the nade out. That's one of the things. If you're ever going to be clearing a corner, in this game, guns out, man. Even if it's your pistol, have something out that you can fire back onto that player before you just try to throw a nade out. Not to mention the fact that there's ways that you can smoke off connector that you don't have to expose yourself to connector at all. In fact, you don't even have to expose yourself towards A whatsoever, or towards any area, I believe. I was watching Dazed stream not that long ago, and I believe you can actually throw connector smoke that lands on the backside of connector from the top side of mid.
There we go. Another kill going in the favour of Slovenia. They seem to be holding off nicely. Savvy, double the AWP, and it will also follow up with 2 kills himself. So just a typical clean down there. Azerbaijan not managing to get any good entries, and that's going to enable the Slovenians to pick up 5-3 now. And this is just a back and forth eco buy, but this time Azerbaijan, they want to switch things around. They got the loss bonus in their favour, so they will be able to just clinch out a buy here, but not too much utility to work with at all. 2 smokes, one's already used towards the top of mid, I think there was, and the other one is on Torek here, so they really haven't got a whole lot to work with, which may be disappointing, at least in terms of getting onto a site. And look at this, aggression from the CT will be punished. Boom, gets shut down there by Ferro. They're expecting this eco here, maybe not so ready for the buy, and you can see they are going to be shut down because of it.
Yeah, but the instant refrag comes back out because Ferro decides to push behind that opening pick, and he just overextends himself. And unnecessarily, your team has the man advantage going forward. There's no reason for you to throw your life away in that situation. Just fall back, play it slow. And now they've split the defenses a little bit. You've got to worry about this player that's in the A bomb site. That's going to be Imp. He's got support from CT. It's going to be Savvy, who did get that return frag over from jungle. So he's switching up his position, going to peek out towards connector. And if he does so, he should be able to find another pick. Arc is in there. Torek is in there. Just barely out of vision.
Only just getting away from that molly as well, Torek and connector. I don't think they're fully aware he's there now.
Yeah, I assume that was initially intended to flush that player out, but not going to find it. There's the opening pick back in towards that A-bomb site. Now they're going to swing on Imp. They know that there's a player here from CT. Nice shot from Savvy. He's going to be able to find that wall bang on a Torque and take him down, so we are in a 2v2. It's a little bit of more aggressive of a peak than I would have liked to see. He was playing from ticket booth. He could have just waited for his comrades to come around, but finally we see a bomb plant come out for the Azerbaijani side, and now we're going to be able to move up to go for the retake, but a nice shot from Miracle is going to take Matafi down. There's one from Firebox, one from under balcony, so this crossfire is pretty strong here from the terrorist side, but we'll have to see whether or not Googie can figure this out, figure it out quickly.
Does have a good bit of utility, sadly not on Molotov to flush the fire out, but it's not going to matter because actually they're just going to go for the straight peak. Not even the double peak there, that was a brave one, but obviously relying on his teammate to get the trade straight after if he did go down, and Azerbaijan, they will actually take a 4th round here on the board. So another buy up coming from them, a risky one in the previous round did pay off dividends, and now Slovenia are still going to be on a buy, but it will be their last one, of course, if they lose this round. So an AWP still on Savvy and falls across the rest, and Kits as well. So they're not struggling too much, but next round they most definitely will. And we got some aggression towards top mid from Guji. He's just pushing all the way up, and he will find that first kill there. That's going to be pretty important. Savvy as well is going to be enabled to push down into underpass, or peek down into underpass from that window position, knowing that top mid is clear. And we do see him find a kill as well. Ferro working out aggressively into mid, does find 2, traded out quickly, and now we're into a 2v3 here, favouring Slovenia, but only a little bit. The bomb is still control of the T's here, so they're going to be able to pick which site they want to go to, but look at this aggression from Ataf. He's pushed all the way down into B-Apps and can go into underpass. The only issue is they have no B control, and if the timing gets the better of him, Arch could actually push right into B.
He's actually coming back up the stairs. Doesn't spot him. He comes out, and Arch is going to hit a nice headshot onto him. That's going to at least allow them to push in towards that B-bomb site and get that bomb plant to get the extra money in the bank, because they are on the verge of a hard reset at this point, but he's going to abate from that and go back towards the B halls. And if he does this correctly, he's actually pulled the rotation, so if he goes catwalk, he could potentially find Imp in that area, or if he goes all the way back towards A, then he can get a free site. The big thing, though, is that Imp is actually lurking over towards the jungle side, so he should be able to shut this down before it comes to fruition, but Archiello is actually going up into Palace, so he's taking the long road.
He will be spotted out on the exit. I'm sure Imp is right in position for this one. March getting ready just to push out. We'll have to take this fight though. There's no way he can escape from this. Surely he does go out for the peak. A couple of taps on the way, but at least the information is gathered. And of course, there's no way to rotate now. 15 seconds on the clock. Has to commit to his plant. Uses his final nade. Not going to get any damage now. And he's got the pincer coming in. Savvy with the AWP. Looks away at the wrong time. Only gets tagged in the leg through the box there. So he's just going to survive. But Imp will finish him off there. So Slovenia, they do take another round. We will just have a short technical pause here for Azerbaijan. They have lost the player. Oh no, Slovenia have lost the player. Guji has disappeared. He's timed out. So either we'll get him right back in or we'll get a stand in, I'm sure.
I believe Azerbaijan actually called for the pause at the beginning, like midway through that round. So it's kind of fortunate that Slovenia lost their player at that moment, so they didn't have to waste a pause on that at all.
Yeah.
I want to go back 2 rounds real fast. I want to go back into that 1v2 that Azerbaijan won. Again, we saw that in the UK-Austrian matchup earlier, where a player is in a clutchable situation. It was on Dust 2, I remember it well. It was a 2v1 at the B-bomb site with the bomb planted, and it was a player from, I believe it was the Austrian side. It might have been the UK side. I'm not 100% sure which player it was, but he had full utility. He had a Molotov, a smoke, and 2 flashes. Yeah? Didn't throw any of them. Dies on entry into the B-bomb site.
Yeah, that was
2v1 clutch was basically the same thing. He had an HE grenade that he could have thrown over towards Firebox. He had a smoke grenade that he could have dropped out towards Palace or towards A ramp. And then he had 2 flash grenades that he could have thrown, you know, A ramp or back to the backside of the default bomb plant spot and tried to flush out some of those players. And he used none of that. He just decided to walk on up and do that. And that's something that a lot of inexperienced players will do from time to time, which is a little bit of a problem. And you do see that from time to time, and it's kind of a bummer because it's like, dude, just use your nades. If you use your nades, then you know you can open up these bomb sites, and that's one thing that drives me nuts. Like playing matchmaking or playing ESCA pugs, Sivo pugs, Faceit pugs. It doesn't matter what service you're using. You see it all the time where a player will die with full utility, whether it's 10 seconds into a round because they carelessly push a spot, or if it's at the very end of the round when they're trying to clutch and they don't use their utility properly.
Going into those clutches, though, you got to look at them a little more deeper. Obviously, the first one, the Austrian one, I think it was an Austrian player retaking, if I'm correct. The reason they didn't use any of their utility, for the one reason was obviously B site on Dust 2, extremely hard to retake, well known. There's so many places where the T's can just sit and hide wherever. The reason he didn't use any of his flashes on the entry is because they weren't aware, because of his slow rotation from the A site, whether he was coming tunnel or coming through door and window. They hadn't spotted him out, they didn't know. So him putting off that flash, while it may have done, you know, and flashed one player, maybe even 2, they know exactly where he's coming from. Whereas he was taking the guess. Let's go for the element of surprise. There's 2 players, they can't hold the 3 angles, door, window, and tunnel, like, to a great extent, so let's take the guess and the lucky choice to try and just jump in through one of them and get the kill. Obviously didn't work out, but I mean in this attempted clutch we just saw on this map at least, yeah, he was making so much noise, they knew exactly where he was. There was no reason not to use utility, but again it does come down to the situation a lot of the time. But I mean, on the Austrian clutch, yeah, there was a reason for and against.
And I do see that reason for the 2v1 on Dust 2, but I still would have much preferred if he used his utility a little bit, at least to try to be a little bit more accurate into that reinfiltration in that B-bomb site, just purely on the fact that you gotta expect that there's gonna be some sort of a crossfire, albeit a player in tunnel watching your window and a player in sight watching your door or something like that. That pretty much cuts off all of the angles that are gonna be coming through, and he could have just mollied back plat, smoked tunnel, flashed over the wall, and gone for something very quick. Yeah. Speaking of very quick, we've got a fast push into the A bomb site, but well, the round is also over very quick. And picking up 4 on that push.
Very nice hold from Slovenia. No deaths, only 70 damage dealt onto one of the players, and that was it. Azerbaijan got to be going for the buy now, so they've got full AKs here. No AWP just yet. Still on Savvy on the AWP on Slovenia, but they still have a lot of utility to work with, which is, of course, as we've just spoken about, extremely important, especially for clutch situations. But this is just going to be a typical A fake B take attempt from Azerbaijan. They got the bomb right outside of B, or unless they're going to split in through connector by going going underpass, of course. 3 players over towards the A to set the distraction at least, and then either the bomb goes towards B or towards underpass, depending on the picks found on the A site here from Azerbaijan. And it seems that the picks aren't going too well. Imp's already taken down one of the T's, and now Azerbaijan are going to try and push towards the B side through apps. But nope, the AWP is in position. Savy doesn't spot the bomb just yet. You can see Archer's already rotated towards the back of the apps to actually support his teammate as they come in towards the B site, but it's not working out too far.
Not to mention that Matafee is actually an underpass right now. It's going to get the fast flank. And there you go. Takes down Arch. That leaves his teammate all by his lonesome up there in the B halls. Flashbang out around the corner. Molotov to his feet, and the headshot comes out from the M4A1 Colt Carbine Maverick assault rifle. Yeah, I just said that whole thing. And that's going to leave Krima in a 1 versus Lots situation. So he's going to be able to get 1, but he's still facing against Lots. And Savy is in a good position here. Gets headshotted. So maybe we'll see another ace come out from this player, but it's highly unlikely.
Yeah, especially with the position he's in with only a limited amount of time as well. They got a great crossfire setup. Imp will finish things off in Slovenia. Again, they are going to be picking up the round 8-4. They're showing a really dominant half so far, but it is early days in terms of the best of 3. We still have another map and maybe even a second if needed. And well, the analysts so far are on point. Azerbaijan can't pick up too many rounds if they want to be correct on their predictions. Luckily for them, though, they will be on the eco full.
Yeah, what did he say it was going to be? 16-6?
Yeah, one person said 16-6, one person said 16-4.
That's a
brave
that's a
one,
bold prediction there, bud.
Yeah. They may just be close, at least
They
at the
could
moment.
be pretty damn close, though. We do see another round that's going to be a wash here. It's a pretty much a vanilla save. A couple of upgraded pistols, but no frags on the board here for the Azerbaijani side. And another 4K for Matafee. So they're spreading the love out here on the CT side. You saw it from Imp 1 round. You saw it from Savy as well with the AWP. He's been locking down that middle corridor, also over on Catwalk when necessary. And Matafee's going to be able to lock that one down this time around. He was 8-7 going into that round. Now he's the number 2 guy on their team. So nice bit of recovery from him. And again, Slovenia looking pretty solid into these last couple of rounds.
But a mid-take is going to be coming out from the T's. It's already being shut down just at the click of a button. Maybe
I like that play. Matafee and Savy both went into window room. Very risky maneuver that they both crossed over and they boosted a player. Probably just because that player can't actually make that jump on his own. It's very possible. It's kind of I mean, it takes a lot of practice to hit the jump to get up into the window, to get up on catwalk as fast as you can. But he makes it work. They get around the corner and he gets that opening pick. And again, Farad gets caught with a nade in his hands at the bottom of mid. That's like 3 or 4 times now that that's happened to him. Gun out, man. Gun out.
Miracle, though. Picking off Boom down in middle.
Triggered, man.
Yeah, I know. The thing is, yeah, that strafe that Savy just tried, if you saw that, you can easily, you know, replicate that a good amount of times if you try and jump on the window ledge and up onto short. Like, that's not a hard strafe if you have half-decent movement like most of these players do. Like, I don't know, I feel like they could have practiced it. But either way, what they did
It's not that it's a hard strafe. They went for the guaranteed play.
Yeah, but it is a very risky one. If a T gets a good mid spawn and peeks out very fast, then boom, that's a kill. And one of your players is caught in the other side as well. So they have to then cross not only one way, but they have to also have to cross back, which is a huge risk, especially if they have an AWP setup in mid or even a Molotov and a couple of nade setups. So it's a risky one, but I mean, both of them are risky, I guess. But here we go, Azerbaijan just rotating the bomb back towards T-spawn. They got a bit of mid-control, looking to split into the connector, I can only imagine right now, and of course a couple of players coming out of Ramp and Palace as well. They do have to worry about Imp though, he's very close and armed to the teeth with his AK, ready to get some headshots from this box, and they will start to push out here. Bone and Bustum holding things down. Bustum takes 2 kills, and they're just going to be shutting down the oppressing T's very, very easily here.
Yeah, and I mean, just lining them up, knocking them down, only getting 4 rounds on the T side. It's, I want to say that they've still got a fighting chance in this, but 4 rounds on the T side is a pretty big struggle. It's a pretty rough spot for them to get through this next half. And I mean, Savy with the AWP, he's doing well. Matafee finishes 13-3-7 on that first half, so he's lead going into this next half. If Imp gets a kill and dies, he'll be lead as well. But the big thing is, I mean, with the sake of that pistol round, I mean, think about this too. That pistol round started off 5v3 with Krima picking up 2 kills. Then he gets another 3 kills to close out the ace, but it comes back into a 1 versus 2, or 1 versus 3 at the end of that. So that goes from a 3v5 to a 3v1 that ends up being an ace clutch. If he doesn't get that round, we could be looking at potentially a 14-1 scoreline, which would be insurmountable for the Azerbaijani side to come back from. And also another thing to think about too is Krima, who is the top fragger for the Azerbaijani side, has 10 kills, which means that after that pistol round, for the rest of the 14 rounds, he went 4 and 12.
Oh dear.
Yikes.
Yeah. Slovenia, they're going for a very fast takeover towards A. Creamer's got to hold the line as we were just talking about him. Picks up the first headshot. Bone, meanwhile, does some work in mid for Slovenia, and now they work their way onto the A side. But this is perfect. They push a couple of players into jungle. This is aggressive, and they can actually catch off the rotations here. But you can see Ferret is going to catch one out onto Bone. Bust him in good position. Hold it down as well. Arch returns fire, and it's just trade city right now. All it's going to go is the way of the CTs, though, as one of the players dropped Bustin, taken down a window, and Mataf is going to be alone. The bomb's started for him, but there's 3 CTs fighting, and they've all got armor. No way that he can clutch that one out, and Azerbaijan will pick up that 5th round for themselves, which is also very important. They needed that one.
Yeah, and again, I mean, that's 2 pistol round victories for Azerbaijan. So, I just said Bazan. Can I get a PP Bison by somebody, please? Azure PP Bazan? For the Azerbaijan. So, I'm such an ignorant American, man. Such an ignorant American. I don't know how to say all these guys.
As well. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But, nevertheless, look at this awesome aggression coming out. And it's going to get punished wholeheartedly. Imp's going to find 2. It's a 2-for-2 trade. Bomi is down to 7 HP, but at least got a little bit to work with. He's got a UMP in hand. That second player, did he not buy a rifle or a ump? Because I feel like they could have salvaged a second weapon out of that round, but I have to wait for the stream to catch up and I'll be able to tell you for sure. But there you go. Savvy, just forward position over by Market, finds the headshot on Miracle. They left the B-bomb site wide open after those opening aggression. Now he's got to be careful. He's got a player right around the corner, but it's smoked off. Well, well-timed use of the utility that he salvaged off the ground. He's going to find that smoke and drops it right out. And trying to push through is Marciello, and he gets punished for that one. So this is tragedy right now for the Azerbaijan side. And honestly, Ferret needs to hang on to this rifle.
He's going to do that, though. Backing off that towards T-spawn just to go for the save. Best call. Not got time to retake against 3 players, especially one of them with an M4, and of course we do have that UMP on him. And even the Deagle's deadly, you know, used right by Bone. So Slovenia, again, they've shown to be absolute gods of this game. 12-5 as the bomb will go off, and that's the second round secured for them as well. So this is not looking good at all for the CTs. Azerbaijan struggling a lot to pick up a lot of rounds in sequence.
Yeah, so Slovenia stealing away another round here. This is going to be a really tough spot for Azerbaijan to be in. They do manage to save the M4. They're going to be able to reinvest into this round, so we'll see whether or not they can actually make something happen going forward on this one. But the big thing is they went for the aggressive play the last round and got heavily punished for it. And it was questionable to say the least. That was a very light investment from the Slovenian side because they did get the bomb plan in that first round. So they were going to be going for a 3rd round buy anyway. Now you've given them the utility, you've given them the firepower, and you've given them the ability to just come in and wreck you. And that's exactly what they're doing. Imp and Savy open things up at the B-bomb site. The flashes get bombed out. No vision whatsoever for the CT side. The bomb is already planted. And the push coming around from underpass, and that's going to be Bomi, who's now going to go for the flank on the market. So if they try to save, he's going to be able to backstab. Here's one fall away. Here's the second one fall away. Now he can come through the murder hole and he can punish. There's one. The second one gets away, but the damage is done.
Yeah, 1 HP left on Torek as well, and really not the best rifle to save in the world anyway. So I doubt he will really stay alive much longer as they close in on his position. He peeks out, does get 1 at least, but I think it's going to be a consolation flag as they finish him off there over towards the site. And Slovenia 13-5 now. This is getting scary for Azerbaijan. They have to start picking up some rounds, but it's not going to happen at the moment because they're on this eco once again.
Yeah, and again, that's just it just goes to show you that Slovenia is firing on all cylinders right now. That strat, I mean, it was just a rush B, don't stop, bomb flashes over the wall, bomb flashes and smokes to the end of the hallways, jump out the window and just slaughter them, and that's exactly what it was. Before they even knew what happened, Azerbaijan lost both of their players that were defending that B bomb site. Now they go for the aggression here in the apartment hallways, and Krima, his pistols have been on point. It's his rifles that have been lackluster, to say the least, because again, I mean, he's gotten 8 kills in the last 17 rounds. A little bit rough for him, but again, he's leading the way for his team. It's just a matter of being consistent. I like this re-aggression here from the CT side. They get to pick halls, they fall back, and they push a ramp. I like that call because they might actually spot out the bomb, and they can hear Matafe throwing these guns around in Palace.
Yeah, just trying to move them away from the entrance so no CTs will get them. But little does he know, he's actually throwing them closer towards these CTs that have actually pushed into C-spawn. Gates in the way, doesn't quite spot them. Finally does, gets a spray down and actually finishes up with a bit of a burst on Torek as well. 2 kills in the bag and barely receives any damage, leaving just 2 CTs to retake this site. There's a bomb makes his way through Palace, but still Farid, the threat, doesn't know he's there. Mataf still slowly clearing these angles. He's not being too cocky with this one. He does realise there's always a threat of a player being in here. He will spot him out, but Savi coming in from behind, securing that kill, and Slovenia 14-5. It's so close.
There's one thing that I want to point out here, and this is something that has always irked me, sort of, when it comes to some of the maps, even all the way back to like the 1.6 days. When Matafi was coming out from Palace, right? There's 2 players that are over there in T-spawn. He's peeking that corner. Because of the way that fence is right there in T-spawn, it's so incredibly difficult to see those players that are hugging that wall because the pixels are so close together, those posts are so close together that you can't see through it. One of the things that I'm reminiscent of as far as that is anytime that there was a fence in 1.6, from a distance, it's impossible to see through it. You have to be right up on it in order to see through it. Maps that are reminiscent of that is going to be DECPL Fire over in the A bomb site, DE Ruska in the B bomb site. I'm trying to think if there's any other maps that come off to the top of my head for that. Oh yeah, even old 1.6 Mirage, if you think about it, where they had the little alcoves where benches on this map, they used to have a little alcove that was underneath. There was boxes back there. There was a fence there. If you played close on it, you could see players that were coming up catwalk and everything. If you played far back, you couldn't see jack diddly poo. So a little bit of CS history for you guys today.
Nice save there, but Slovenia going to be going over towards the A site. Meanwhile, the bomb makes its way over and towards B, so a bit of a fake here. Sending the AWP on a suicide mission over towards the A site. That's a risky move here, but Savi, he's going to be committing to it nonetheless. And look at this, Azerbaijan playing this so carefully. They will finally go for the peak, but the double play is going to catch them out. Two players actually staying alive over towards this site, but meanwhile, the bomb's made its way over towards B, and Azerbaijan, they've not fallen for this. They've still got a player on the site ready to hold this one down. He's still goes down, but there's one more in marker to do, and this bomb is far yet to be planted. Finally will be down, and Boric just has to hold this angle for wait for the imp peak, and it will happen. So 2v2 now. They can come in with a crossfire. Arch spots out another one, but he will go down to bust him, and even just Torek in a 1v2. He knows exactly where both these players are. The AWP shot behind him just went off, so he can push in. Spots out the first, Bustum's down, and now it's all on the low HP Savy. The bomb he can actually reach, but Savy might just have the cross on him, and there he does. Gets the kill, and that will be 15-5 in favour of Slovenia here. Almost closing it out at a win.
Yeah, so one more round to go, and they might actually split the prediction. So even though it's still a landslide going the way of Slovenia, both of the analysts are wrong, and that makes me really happy.
Why are you happy that they're wrong?
Because it's still like a heavy favor for Slovenia, but both of them ended up wrong, and good TV leg right there, and a lot of kills actually going back and forth. And it comes down to this 1v2, so we might actually have an accurate prediction going forward because Azerbaijan might actually pick up their 6th round here.
Maybe just working around the site because of a pistol in hand.
There it is.
So does Miracle, and there's the kill.
Caster's Curse, baby. Caster's
Curse, yeah.
I only said that so one of our analysts would be right.
Don't try and lie to me.
You're right. It's all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. But 15-6 the scoreline now. Another kind of miserable buy here for the CT side. They do have an AK and an AWP that they salvaged out of the last round, but Mag 7 on Krima, close on A ramp. It's going to be tough for him to be able to work around this one. He does have the angle, but that smoke will fade, and it's a pretty common spot to check as you push up towards that A bomb site. But it looks like it is just going to be a standard hit towards A.
Yep, smoke's going to dissipate there, and Imp will actually get the frag onto Prima. Matov and Savi also following up, and this is just perfect. These entries are flawless here for Slovenia. They're yet to receive a point of damage, and the bomb is already going down in the 5 versus 2. Azerbaijan, they're going to have to pull out a miracle to win this one, and frankly, ladies and gentlemen, I just don't think that miracle is going to be happening. One player pushing it through connector, that's Arch. He does finally get the first bit of damage for the CTs, but he won't go very far as he goes down. The spray carries on from Bone. He's not going to connect all the shots. A miracle. He's still alive, but the pistol's out, and Bone follows up with a Glock headshot to win Slovenia that first map in this best of 3. 16-6 on DE Mirage.
Well, we've got our first correct prediction going out, and that is going to be the 16-6 scoreline. And again, I mean, it all comes down to that execution, and that's the thing, man. Slovenia, they looked a little here and there on some of their defense. Granted, they did win that half 11-4, but when they got onto that terror side, when they got onto the offensive side, you could see that every single time that they were hitting towards a bomb site, there was a player available to trade. There was a player that was there, you know, watching that player's back. They proof positive into that last round. They get the pick on A ramp that draws the attention from the CT side. They push 3 players out from Palace. They get the pick on the guy CT. They get the pick on the guy jungle. That guy that's picking towards CT doesn't even have to worry about his getting shot from any other angle because he's got 2 other rifles watching both of the other angles, stairs and jungle, coming out from that hallway, which is really nice to see. Great teamwork from Slovenia, and that's one of the reasons to one of the keys to their success on this map.
Yeah, and of course, that will only be the first of the 3 in the series, and maybe even 2 if Slovenia keeps this one up. But we're going to take you back to our analyst desk live in Belgrade, Serbia, to see what they had to think about that. We'll see you in just a few minutes.